Hello my friends, and welcome to your video. So I channeled a song by Michael Jackson, and it's called Bad, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it in just a moment. But before we get into all that, I want to be the first to tell you that you're so beautiful and you're so needed in this world, and thank you for being here with me, and thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. Thank you for hanging out with me. I value you, and the divine values you, and thank you so much. I have here a little stick of Palo Santo. Now I normally burn Nag Champa. Nag Champa is my thing. It's made in India, the one I burn, and I buy it like 1,000 sticks at a time. I love Nag Champa. I love the way it smells. It doesn't give me a headache. I have burned sage in the past. It gives me a headache because as a former armed officer, I used to deal with people who are in the streets homeless. Some of them would be on a drug called spice, and spice, when you catch people doing that drug, it smells straight up like sage. I don't even know if they use sage to make it, but that smell kind of brings me that memory, and it gives me a headache. When I start doing readings outside, which I will be doing, the weather's will be getting better in my area and to go outside, and I will be doing readings probably at the park or outside, and I don't mind burning sage then. But I have this little stick of Palo Santo, and something told me to burn it. Now, when I was channeling, I woke up, actually yesterday, I woke up to do 2 songs yesterday, and I already did the one reading. And then it's really early in the morning the next day, but still like I haven't been to sleep. So I was thinking of a lot of things here. When I was, reading the lyrics, something stuck out to me in particular. All right. And what I want to notice here is, I'm going to pin the song up in the comments, but something that stuck out, and my brain went bingo. It said, we can change the world tomorrow. This could be a better place. If you don't like what I'm saying, then won't you slap my face? So it's like, and then I started thinking of all the problems that MJ had with, his manager, Tommy Mottola, and how he started talking about the industry being devil, and, Prince also did the same thing. And it's, I feel that someone's going to be trying to speak against you or talk against you. That's why I feel I am doing this. And it's because you're here trying to put something good into the world. For no other reason to talk about you or to slow you down or to try to stop you on your path, other than you're trying to put something good into this world, okay? Even if you're just literally helping people, one person at a time. Like you're one of those people, you just live your life, and then one day someone comes in your path and they need your help and you're there. Like whatever you're doing, I feel like you're just trying to put something good into the world, and I feel like there's someone here that just wants to speak against it. And I feel like in the song, it says, I'm bad. Now the whole world has to, listen to it or whatever, I'm bad. It talks about really knowing who you are, feeling confident in who you are, also speaking up on your behalf. It is a song of standing up for yourself and standing up for others, okay? And I feel that is what this reading is about. It's about standing up for yourself, standing up for others, standing in your power, and people aren't going to like it. It could already be happening and people don't like it, and those are those people who are like, oh, Aquarius, yeah, they're so whatever, they're so, they're out there, they always talk about some radical stuff, but whatever they want to say about you, but it's basically to debunk you is what I feel. So I was guided to use this Palo Santo, but even Palo Santo is a little bit strong for me. I do love my Nag Champa, made in India. India is a very spiritual place, so I don't know why more people don't burn more of it. I was guided here today to start with the Kuan Yen. I have done a pre-shuffle and put everything back in. I was guided to close out with the musical oracle cards, and I looked through, there's no cards of Michael Jackson, so I don't know if it's because of all the scandal that was tied to his name or whatnot, but it's still the song that I channeled, and I don't think there's anyone in the world who hasn't heard of Michael Jackson, so that makes a great song to channel. But definitely I feel that you are coming into your power, or you're already in your power doing your thing, and I feel that it is a threat to someone because you're putting good into the world. So even if you're just at a workplace, even if you're just a family member helping another family member, you're doing something good. You're putting some good work out here, and it's just it makes someone who doesn't like good work, you know, good people, it just makes someone like that angry. And I don't know. We'll see where this wants to go. Anyway, the Kuan Yen, this is a very high message here. So please, Kuan Yen, show Aquarius what they need to see right here. One face down and one up. But we have Princess of Purity leaps across. And then we have Sisters of the Spring Swallow, good fortune granted. So I feel I have to look up both of these. I think this one's come out for you guys before, but this is almost like, if you look at the picture, this is a person, you know, there's help here, there's abundance here, and maybe there's whatever you're doing, you're helping, you're spreading abundance, or you're helping people in some kind of way. And so let me find the meanings. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I got the meanings. While I was looking up the meanings, I was also told that maybe some of you have MJ in your initials, or maybe you're helping someone or dealing with someone, or maybe someone who is going to help you or you're going to align with or whatever have those initials MJ. Just not for everyone, but it's just a little thought there. So the first card, the one that came upright, is Princess of Purity leaps across. It's a very beautiful card, and to read the short version, it says, I have such faith in you that I have placed something of an obstacle in your way. It is because I want you to know the joy of overcoming it through grace. If there were no challenges, how would you gain trust and confidence in yourself, in me? However, my guiding grace is the oracle, and this oracle is not to struggle and triumph over adversity through will. I want to show you another way, through my grace. I am giving you an invisible boost. You shall leap over this obstacle with such lightness of heart and foot that your breath shall catch in your chest in delighted awe, and you shall wonder how it's possible. Then you shall believe that anything is indeed possible. It's interesting because I was just literally talking about an obstacle that someone might try to stop you, might not literally like what you're doing, or may not. All right, time is fluid here. And that this obstacle was literally placed in your way, not to overcome it by force, but with grace. So that would also talk about patience. And it's interesting because I was talking to a friend today in an email about how I have tried to get a job and tried to get a job and tried to get a job, and I could not get hired with all of my qualifications that I have. And this is even resonating for me, just saying, well, you haven't gotten a job, because that's my willpower, right? My willpower is telling me, get a job so you can get a place, you can move to a location you want to move to. That's my willpower. So that even resonates with me. So if there's something you've been trying to do and you feel that you've been blocked, no matter what it is, with work or moving or anything, I feel that it's coming, and it was just, they wanted to see how you deal with it. Are you negative? Are you still trying to push through and do your own thing? Or you just know that something good is going to come and you're just going to patiently wait for it? Nice little lesson there. And then this was face down, but I'll still read it. And it's Sisters of the Spring Swallow, good fortune granted. So this would be that reward. I understand that for life to flourish, there must be winter. How can life happen if there's not enough time for rest, for germination? There must be adequate preparation, time, and energy within the seed to break open, pushing roots down into the earth and to sprout up the surface. I can't talk right today. I'm sorry, guys. Breaking through the soil and reaching towards the sun. Yes, the wisdom of winter has its place, as does the wisdom of spring, and when new life flourishes. It's not the full light of summer, nor the harvest time of autumn, but it's an important phase of life cycles. For without it, Those two seasons cannot happen either. Springtime is upon you now. It is a time for hope, new life, and fresh starts. What has been cut back is now going to spring forward into life. Enjoy my gift of springtime in your soul. So this is whatever you've been held back from. This is you springing forward. Whatever's been held back is not going to be held back, at least for not much longer. It was something here. It was something here to be learned, maybe patience, maybe believing. It seems like even beyond patience, it's believing and knowing that, you know, Source has your back. And never to worry about that you're always going to be taken care of. And, you know, whatever you wanted to do in this world, or whatever you're trying to do for yourself in this world, I feel that, you know, that's why I channeled this song. It also talks about confidence, that when you receive this gift, this opportunity, or whatever happens, you're also going to have a lot of confidence in yourself. And this song also talks about confidence. This is a very confident song. This is a person who knows who they are, knows their place in the world, knows what they have to offer. Show Aquarius here what they need to see, and also show me what I need to see for Aquarius. We have soulmates on the bottom. We have 41, which also turns to 5 if you add those numbers together, and 5 is change. And I've been channeling for Aquarians that positive change is coming. New life. Now, you know, I can't make this stuff up. You saw the cards flip out. I am not a magician, okay? This talks about new life that you're about to get. This talks about this new gift that you're about to get here. New life. There's a new life that is, you're on the precipice of it. Okay, I'm gonna say we're all on the precipice of this new life. I'm gonna get into the tarot. I was guided to use the, what is this? The anime. It's actually, I don't know what it's called. The anime deck, I think. I don't know. And then I'm going to clarify with the Clarity Tarot. And I will see what oracle that I want to close out with. Possibly the music oracle. I was guided to use that. There's a new life upon you. It's going to give you a lot of confidence. It's going to give you a lot of, you're going to be taking your power back even more than before. This is like a true power, a power within. Not so much the power of life force of, you know, where I wake up every day and, you know, because I have a strong will, you know, I face my adversities. This is more like, it's an internal power. It goes beyond your physical body, this power. It's this power of your soul. 2 more shuffles, I'm being told. Also, for those of you who are not Aquarius and who do like the way I read or whatever, I'm going to be posting on Colleen Tarot starting for October, okay? My arm is healing, getting better, and I will be posting on Colleen Tarot for all the signs, Aquarius also. I don't know if they're going to be as long, okay? I don't know if I'm going to channel music, but I was told that start posting over there for all the signs, so I will be doing that. It will be my most authentic self, but I don't know if I don't know. I will, if I channel anything for any sign, I will definitely put it for that reading. So I notice a lot of you have subscribed over there. I've gained subscribers and I haven't put videos, so I'm letting you know I am going to be starting videos in October. And those of you who like cusp videos, I will be posting the cusper videos, the Aquarius Pisces cusp and the Capricorn Aquarius cusp videos, and any video requests that you have for money or any of that, I will post it over there. Any request videos I will post on Colleen Tarot. This channel is only what I post from the divine. Every time I've posted 2 videos by request and they didn't really do it that good, so this is only a channel for the divine to work through me. So let's get on with it, Aquarius. And I know I did more than 2 shuffles, but it's okay. It's okay. Five of Cups, Ace of Swords. That's a lot of worry over a new beginning here. A lot of worry about not talking. Maybe a conversation here. It's about a Princess of Disc. If you're not literally, okay, I'm getting some messages here. Just work with me. Give me 1 second, Aquarius, because a lot of cards came out. Basically, a whole mini story came out. And I will clarify. The Moon. Things come to light here. People are going to resurface. Information is going to surface. All right. I did get one message out immediately, and that was, if there are any of you not in connection with a child, I feel there's going to be change with that, because I have the Queen of Pentacles up here and the Princess of Pentacles. Princess of, well, they call them discs, but it's still pentacles. Worry about a new beginning, a new start. Possibly because somebody else got involved here with this Three of Disc. There is going to be the child, I feel, reaching out. Okay? That's for any of you who haven't spoken to a child, or someone very close to you, younger than you, like, you know, like a page. Okay? This will be a lot younger than you. Okay? Those of you not dealing with a child or waiting for someone who's a lot younger than you to reach out and talk. This is a worry of a new start here. Okay? Something that you had a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of drive to start. Something that you wanted a new beginning with. Like this would have been one of those new beginnings, like, well, I'm not going to really focus. I'm not going to do these things in life, you know, for myself. But if this person's in my life, I'll have the motivation to do it. Like this person give you that kind of motivation, like, right, save the world, change the world tomorrow, like in the song by Michael Jackson. So this person would have gave you that kind of motivation. Like, you know, you might be feeling down in the dumps and not very motivated, but when this person's in your energy, like you're motivated, like to do all kinds of things. And that's what I feel. We do have, this was the blockage. Like Michael Jackson had Tommy Mottola blocking him, controlling him, holding him back. Like I had to burn the Palo Santo because I felt somebody is trying to hold you back. I don't even think you're, you know, you may be aware, you may not be aware, but it's a third party person. And it could be anywhere. It could be where you live. It could be at school. It could be at church. It could be at a spiritual place. It could be at school, if I didn't say school. It can be anywhere. This Three of Discs, it's a Three of Pentacles. It's somebody that, you know, it's somebody that got in the way here somewhere. Somebody that got in the way. So I'm going to clarify with this. But I see that I see somebody reaches out. And that's what this is here. It talks about all about a new beginning that was meant for you, and it wasn't put on hold. Literally in the 3D, in the physical world, it might seem like this person was holding things up, but what these cards are saying is, no, I was holding it up because I wanted to see if you still believed I'd come through for you or not. Give me a card here for this Five of Cups. Five of Wands, yeah. That's a lot of strife right here. That's a lot of struggle. You know, you might have felt like you lost something, you know. You couldn't get ahead or whatever. Kind of like me. I had all these qualifications. I couldn't even get a job in anything I was qualified in. And I was just telling a friend of mine earlier. It was funny. I was telling a friend of mine. I was like, yeah, I even went to my local mystical shop to try to get a job as a tarot reader, and I literally do readings for the owner of this shop. The owner has my number. They text me. They get a new employee. I want to know about this employee. Like, I do the owner's personal readings, but the owner won't hire me. The owner won't hire me. So it's like a lot of struggle. And it's like, no matter what I try to do to get ahead, it's like, you know, I seem to be at a loss here. These 3 of Cups that are broken. But there's still 2 cups back here. And that second cup, one of those cups is you. You still have you. And you still got the universe. You still have Source, God, Allah, every name for God, because I don't know all the names, so forgive me. You have Source and yourself. And so when we think of it like that, there is truly nothing in this world that can stop you, is there? When Source is in your life and in control of everything, it might seem like someone's holding you back for whatever reason, because they're jealous, or because of your race, your skin color, or because of the way you look. Like in my case, I was held back because, well, I don't think I looked like the aesthetic that the owner liked. The owner trusted me, wanted my readings, but I noticed the owner of that place hire a lot of college students. So I'm definitely haven't been in college for a hot minute. But I have to look at it the way that it's also telling you to look at it. You know what? When I want you to have it, you will have it. I don't care. Nothing will hold this back. Nothing will hold this back. Literally, not your age, not your race, not your skin color, not your religion. Nothing will hold this back. When I'm ready for you to have it, I will make all of that stand down. Give me a card for this Ace of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. This new beginning is going to put you in some kind of status here. We got the Queen of Pentacles twice. This new beginning puts you in a status of abundance. This new beginning puts you in a place where you can not only now help yourself, but you can help others. You can help people who are in your world. What is your world? Is your world your family? Is your world your community? What is your world? Is your world, you know, helping animals or these charities? Whatever is in your world, this new beginning that you thought maybe wasn't going to happen or maybe was held back puts you into a place of status that you are able to live the life you wanted. You're going to have the money and the abundance to do it. And you're going to be able to help everybody in your world, whoever and whatever is in your world. Some of you are going to be able to help a child, help children. Some of you are going to be able to get equipment so you can get your message out there. You're going to be able to speak a truth. Tell me about the Princess of Disc. King of Swords. The King of Swords is an excellent communicator. But this King of Swords is going to be able to do so much when it comes to this Princess of Disc. It's also something, an opportunity that could start small and it grows into something big with that Queen of Disc. Or maybe you're going to align with somebody who has Earth in their chart. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, doesn't matter. It's all the same. If you're aligning with somebody, because we go from literally in this card from 1 to 2. These two look like relatives. They look related. They look alike. They look like twins. You take it how you want it. It puts you into alignment for what was meant for you, what you cannot miss. Tell me about this Three of Discs in the back here, in the back, in the past, the background. Yes. Queen of Swords reverse and a King of Cups. So in the past, where In the 3D world, it seemed like, in the physical world, in the everyday world that you wake up to, it seemed like this was a third situation that got in the way of your destiny. And it seems like two people. So in other words, how do I put this? Out of these three, you was one of them. Maybe you removed yourself, or maybe this person aligned with another person, took sides with another person, and then that's had a falling out. That's had a falling out. And the reason I say that, because on the bottom here we have the Empress. The Empress is the one the opportunity is meant for. The Empress is the one who should have been in alignment with this person, and that is also the mother. If you haven't seen a child, that is also aligning with your child, because that child should not have aligned with this other energy, and they should have always stayed aligned in your energy, okay? But this is also, it's a third situation, a third person or something that you would have thought was the one between you and this destiny, but it's saying, no, I wanted to see how you handled it, because I'm going to give it to you. It's meant for you. I just wanted to see if you believed in me. If you believed, if you had faith, I was going to give it to you. So now two people have a falling out, where before it could have been you and this other person had a falling out. Now two other people. That third person has a falling out with the person that had the falling out with you, if that makes any sense. So there's an alignment. Two people reconnect. Two souls align here. Two souls realign and reconnect. And it puts somebody into a very nice place. Empress status here. And with that Knight of Wands and under that, and a Page of Cups, this is that person, that Knight of Wands, this is that person who probably made a quick decision because of maybe they didn't have the maturity or the wisdom, because the Knights, you know, they're also gaining that wisdom. The Knights also travel. But it doesn't matter, because that's what it's saying here on the bottom of the deck. You're in the Empress energy. And the Empress knows. The Empress still gives love. The Empress might wake up with pain every day. And the Empress might wake up with, you know, a lot of things against her, but she still has love to give. She doesn't go to work or go to school or visit people with a chip on the shoulder. She still has a loving disposition. And that's saying, that's all we wanted to know. That's all we wanted to know. We wanted to know, if you were faced with adversity, would you still have love in your heart? Would you? Yes, you did. Now, prize granted. New life is here. Tell me about the Princess of Wands. And this is not about a gender, about a woman or a man. This is energy. Love. Hermit. This is a person who spends a lot of time alone thinking about it. It's a card that is represented by the sign of Virgo, if you like the astrology part. But this is a person who spends a lot of time alone thinking and contemplating. This is a person, through enough thought and enough time of being with themselves, that they see the truth, that they get guidance. This is a person that reaches out. Maybe it was a Virgo that you were dealing with, but it's a person who reaches out because they see the truth in something. They've had enough time to reflect, and they've had a lot of time to think. Now, if you want another sign in the zodiac chart that matches you, Aquarius, when it comes to thinking, overthinking, and rethinking, right here it is, Virgo. You and Virgo, you guys analyze, you guys think. I always worked with Virgos, and it's interesting because all the jobs where I had a Virgo as a boss, we got a lot of stuff done. Virgo and Aquarius work very, very well together because work gets done, results happen. And oddly enough, whenever I worked with Virgo, they'd work my little soul. I ended up working 60 hours a week, but whatever. It was fun. We had fun on the job, okay? Virgos live at their job. And if you're an Aquarius working with a Virgo, get ready to live on your job, because that's just the way it is. But you have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But this is a King of Pentacles. Now it's in the reverse. This is that Earth energy, again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's in the reverse. And there's this Ace of Cups. So literally, if it's a kid, because that Ace of Cups can be a kid, but that Ace of Cups is love. That Ace of Cups, it's a blessing of love from the universe. And this soul that is a blessing for you and to you is going to reach out. But this is after a time of they weren't doing too good in their life. It's a time of you hadn't heard from them. Resurfacing, coming out. What's the self position? What's the self love? Again, Ace of Cups. Look, Ace of Cups. And the Moon. Reverse. You hear from this person. Six of Swords. You get past the past. Together. Whatever it was. Whatever was in the past with you and this other person. Because like I said, not everybody, this is going to be a lover. This is going to be someone that was always destined to align with you. But the holdup was the universe wanting to see how you handled it. And it seems like you handled it very well. It seems like you handled it with grace, and it seems like you still were the loving person that you always were. It seems like you didn't become bitter and give up. That's why this is here for you, this new life. Look at that picture for a while. New life. Get that in your mind. New life. If it's a kid, a family member, a friend, a lover, a divine counterpart, whatever. You guys together move beyond. You move beyond the past. No matter how rough it was, you guys get beyond it. Give me a card for that Six of Swords. King of Wands reverse. King of Wands reverse. This something else stopped. It's also a card of Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Maybe this third person that was involved was a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Whoever this third person was, there was an ending with them. And with this King of Wands and this past being the Three of Discs, if this was a business partner, like if you were meant to go into business with somebody or do something with somebody and another person sort of slid into that, because I was guided to talk about work, because I actually talked about I wasn't able to find work, and I actually talked about working with a Virgo and how we got a lot of work done. So if some of you, were sort of cheated out of a work position, all of this changes, because this can be like this King of Wands and this Three of Pentacles. This can be like, two people. This could be like business partners or whatnot. But literally, something ends here on this person's part who's had a lot of time to think. What is the environment, please? What's the environment, please? Somebody kind of feeling like alone, and that is that sort of that Virgo energy, feeling alone, feeling like left out, don't got their people, their family. These other two people here where this person had a falling out with, or they're meant to align with you, but these two, there could have been two people that turned against them in business as well. You ever hear that saying that, because I've heard the saying quite a lot. Yeah, literally, there are three people here. We have the devil. So this to me would be like, in the past, a person you're going to align with was aligned or tied to another situation. But now one of these people tied to this situation break free and actually align with the devil, and then the other person that's meant to align with you is free. Because I don't know if you've ever heard this saying, but I've heard the saying, don't do business with two other people, because you guys might start off great, but then those two other people could turn against you. And I get that. I get that feeling of three turning against one. Then the mistake corrects itself now here later down the line. And that one person that might have turned against you for another person comes back to realign. Had to have learned a tough lesson, moving beyond this, that Six of Swords, moving beyond this bad decision that they made. And it showed it was sort of, they were in a mind, like they've grown, but it showed that they were in a mind of like gullibleness. You know, they were in a knight's mind. They weren't really in a mind of, like, I don't feel like this person was expecting this. I feel like this person had to grow up from this situation because they learned a lot from that. So two people turned against this person. Those two people are probably in business or hanging out or in a connection together or working together. Now this person is out and they're going to reach out. That also would have been a karmic lesson here with the devil or Capricorn energy. And right behind that, that Six of Disc. That Six of Disc in this card is a nicer one, but usually that Six of Pentacles, it's one who gives, one who receives, and then the other one usually gets nothing. And that's what happened. This person ended up with nothing. This has ended up with nothing. Out with nothing. Give me a card for that. Give me a card for that. Two of Cups. Yeah, I just what I said. Thank you, Spirit, for, you know, thank you. Two people are out. And there's that Knight of Swords, and it could have ended ugly. This person could have cut people off really quick with that Knight of Swords energy. That's Gemini energy. It's air energy. They could have found out some phony business was going on. They could have found out that the other person was betraying them, whatever. Two of Cups reversed. Someone literally cuts Two of Cups off. And this also can be a cord cutting just as much as the Queen of Swords can be a cord cutting, which we have that over here too. So somebody cuts two other people off, where before you would have been the one cut off, if that makes any sense. And this can be in any situation. Love, family, a place where you live, a place where you were habitating, or even in a business connection. What's the hope and the fear? I don't even know what to name this reading. So much comes out in these readings. The Emperor. Where we had the Empress, which is your energy. You're showing up in that loving energy that no matter what, no matter the test here, you stayed loving. You stayed true to yourself. Now this person has gone through a major lesson that two other karmic people have taught this person. This person's done a lot of growing, and this person is now in Emperor energy, which Emperor energy then matches your Empress energy. This could also be, you know, so if there was like a parent-child situation and a child turned away from the mother because of the father, this, you know, this is everyone coming on board here. And I'll give you a quick example. When I was growing up, I didn't meet my real mother until I was 16. My father always spoke bad about her, always spoke bad about her. Then one day, he just saw I was like missing my mom or whatever, and he's like, you know what, your mom wasn't that bad. Let me see if I can find your family and find her for you. If it wasn't for my father stepping up and being a man at that point, I wouldn't have never found my real mother. And that's just if you're dealing with a situation like that. But the hope and the fear here is about this new relationship, this Ace of Disc, this new opportunity. If it's a business, this person is hoping, well, you know, Aquarius, I didn't do right by you in business, and I chose this other person, this situation, it was wrong. I want to work with you. I want to open a business with you. Like I said, that Three of Discs, guys, it can be anything, literally. But it doesn't matter. That third energy is out. A person grew up a lot learning from that situation, and they do return, and they do cut these people off really fast, very directly, very bluntly, but they're not sure if you're going to want this opportunity with them, whatever that opportunity is, relationship, money, you know, house, home, car, whatever that you were cut out of. Yeah, because it was painful. Three of Swords. It was painful for you. And then in return, they went through something painful as well. Let's see the energy, how this ends up, and then we will close out with an oracle. I don't know how much time I've taken, guys, but I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. But we're hanging out. I look at you guys as my extended friends and family. Any other channels that I run and operate, I probably am not going to be able to put that much energy. Not the tarot channel, but definitely other channels I'm working on. How's this gonna... I see you. Nine of Cups. You're valued and recognized now. Also, someone may want you to take the lead here, because genuinely, the original Six of Wands, it's one person on a horse and others are watching. But this is two people, okay? I'm telling you, you're going from one to two. You're aligning and working with somebody here, and you're going to be the one that sort of takes the lead in the situation. Not that you're a controller. It's not about that. I'm just hearing wise counselor. That's what I'm hearing. You're a wise counselor. And you have wise advice. Doesn't matter if it's with a lover, a family member, a friend, a business partner. Now what came out for the outcome, and then this one came face down, so. That was justice in reverse. So I feel like this is what it's about, trying to make a right wrong. It's also about ending a contract or something that didn't end very well. And that would have been this situation here. That's Libra energy. But this is now Seven of Wands. Now this Seven of Wands, somebody isn't really resisting, but they're fighting for what they want. And with this purple and this purple, this is spiritual. This is someone fighting for what they believe in. The Hierophant reverse. And the Nine of Cups. So this is literally somebody breaking out of tradition. Some of them breaking out of a marriage. When I have Justice reverse and the Hierophant reverse, that's breaking out of a marriage, a contract. Kind of like Michael Jackson wanted to break out of Tommy Mottola's contract. This person literally gets out of something that was binding them with that Devil card. And they go after what they want. And what they want is a new opportunity with you. A new opportunity to have a relationship, a new opportunity to have business, a new opportunity, whatever wasn't there that was supposed to be there to begin with. All right, give me a card to clarify that. That Hierophant is Taurus. It's in the reverse. Queen of Cups is in the reverse. Now that Queen of Cups is in the reverse. That Queen of Cups can sometimes represent if they were with somebody for a long time, or if it was a mother also that had got, you know, like if, let's just say, like if a mother said, okay, this is a better person to get involved with, to do your transactions, your business, or your relationship with. Like, this is a better person for you. We're all friends already, right? We're already Three of Pentacles. This is also, you know, realizing that that was some bad advice here, I feel, because that's what comes to me. Now the Three of Pentacles reversed. This contract is broken. If it's someone they've been married to for a long time, that's a divorce. Because for me, a Queen of Cups is also a married person. It's a mother also, because it's more advanced love. That's how I take a Queen of Cups. It is literally water energy, in case they were leaving a water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But that's what breaks here, this love. Somebody returns after they break this tie, this contract with that person. that person that's been in the way. Doesn't matter who they are. That's when they return. A lot here about they return after this breaks. And on the bottom, 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is the future because it's something you're waiting for. So it's the future. Because you're not waiting for the past. And you're not waiting for the present moment. So for me, 3 of Wands is always a card of the future. So we're going to close out with a music oracle just for the heck of it. And see if it gives any kind of advice. But it's just, you know, entertainment here. So what do you have for Aquarius? Just remember, new life. You had a new life. And it was always meant to come to you. They just wanted to see how you dealt with it. And you obviously passed the test. You dealt with it as Empress status. Man or woman, you dealt with it with love. That's what that's saying. You dealt with it with love. You still gave your love to the world. Well, too many cards came out. But we got Prince. And it just says basically do what you damn well like. Always do it to the utmost and never lose touch with your colorful side. Your dream home lies outside of time. And some of this, you might end up getting another home, a new home. Lou Reed, I think of you, but not that often. Survive your own war. Learn to walk hand in hand with the magic and law. So this might be your attitude. This might be your attitude that, you know, because I feel like it's something you could have given up on. And you just like, by your force of will, you made yourself wake up every day and face the world and go forward, even though it wasn't that comfortable. And you would still think about this person from time to time. But because you probably gave up hope on it, you're like, well, how can I give my love somewhere here in the world? Empress energy. Become like a feather on the breath of God. Gain wisdom through the study of the unknown. The soul is not the body is in the soul. So this is talking about this. There was a spiritual thing here. If you believed it would always, you know, believed and had faith, and it seems that you did. And then we have one love. A small axe can fell the tallest tree. The fruits of Babylon are rotten to the core. Everything that is holy is among us here on earth. This is very spiritual messages. And when it comes to art, all that matters is telling your story. Travel lightly through the darkness and learn to live in the intervals between the events. So this is spiritual, and you're aligning with someone spiritual that we were always meant to align with, Aquarius. So this is good news, you guys. All right, I love you, Aquarius. I'll see you in your next reading. And remember, who's bad? Namaste.